Hey guys, how's it going? Kripp here. Today I wanted to do an early video. It's going to be another bonus video, so I'm going to do a second video later today. Make sure to check that out. But I wanted to talk about my experience eating the ghost pepper. So why would I do such a stupid thing like eating a ghost pepper? Well, I did this thing in Diablo 3 where I wanted to play hardcore, but playing hardcore in Diablo 3 is kind of stupid because basically the game is going to kill you off eventually, and usually that eventually is much sooner than you would like. So I wanted to play Diablo 3 as if it really mattered that I died, but I didn't really want to deal with just the waste of time to rebuild a character considering the fact that I was only going to play for about a week. So I came up with this punish core idea where I basically find some horrible thing to do to myself for each time that I die in Diablo 3. I only ended up dying one time in this season's Diablo 3 session. If you guys want some of the details of what I did and how I died, you guys are welcome to check out that video. But as far as the punishment, I had a few setbacks. I initially planned to do the punishment as part of that video, but didn't end up doing so because it turned out to be a lot harder to actually get a ghost pepper. Now, a few months ago, I just saw ghost peppers at the supermarket, so I had assumed that I could just get one from there whenever I wanted. Well, not so easy. When I actually had to source one, I went around town, I got all the suggestions from you guys, and ultimately, out of all the places that do normally have them, all like 5 or 6 that I checked do have them, but only within a certain season that we were past, so I had to get one online. So that's why there's some delay in this video. I ended up getting dried ghost peppers online that are 1 million Scoville units that apparently are about as hot as they typically get. So, before I really show you guys the torture that I went through, I want to give you guys a little backstory. I really love spicy food. The reason this was the first punishment was not because I'm completely masochistic, maybe a little bit masochistic, but the idea was that, I eat really spicy food. Like if you visit and you eat whatever we just made, you probably will not be able to eat it because we eat really spicy food all the time because I just enjoy it. I have eaten just raw habanero peppers, which on the Scoville scale are like 1/3 of the way up to the ghost pepper, and it was just really hot. It wasn't particularly pleasant. It was outside of my comfort range, but it was the same type of spice. Like, oh damn, that shit is real spicy. That was basically my reaction to eating raw habanero peppers in the past. But this was a little bit different, and I want to show you guys what the experience was like. So let's get into it. We're gonna do like a Krippcasts Kripp eating a ghost pepper. So here we go. Here I was just inspecting it. The reason I have gloves on is because, I didn't want to have any kind of accidents. I didn't want to touch my face, my eyes, or anything like that accidentally. I put it within a bag because they're dried. I didn't want it to crumble or anything like that. Because now we have a little paperi, we have a little doggy.
Okay, looks like we're going with this one here.
I'm going with that one, yeah. I didn't want to have any issues where, I have a flake on the floor or something like that. I just wanted to avoid any kind of actual damage to someone around the house.
I think I should just eat the whole thing.
Rania here was suggesting that I would eat only a portion to see just how hot it is.
I think if I have a small piece and it's really painful, I'll feel really bad about eating more.
The strategy of eating a small piece that I declined was probably best off declined. So when I first ate the pepper, it was okay. These actually smelled pretty nice. They had some extra spices on them, and the flavor was pretty nice in the first few seconds. But here you can see my facial expression that the niceness was going away. It's pretty damn hot. After about 5 or 10 seconds, it really starts to punch you in the fucking mouth, and it gets really intense. Holy shit is right. Here I'm drinking almond milk. I'm drinking almond milk because I'm vegan, because I don't normally drink milk. I don't ever drink milk, actually. And I thought it would be a reasonable substitute. It was not.
It's not over. If you think it's over, it's like fermenting right now.
And fermenting it was. Holy shit.
Mm.
The almond milk really didn't help at all. It's like
This
drinking
thing doesn't
water.
do anything.
Does not do anything.
And
When
I
I
don't have
had
like
the
bread or anything like that.
when I had the almond milk in my mouth, it made it better for like 1
It
second.
goes for hours. Shit.
But once you swallow it, it makes it much worse because it spreads out the spice. You can see me
Yeah,
crying
give me some
a little bit there.
tortilla chips.
I asked for tortilla chips again. I didn't remember that we had bread in the house, so
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty similar to you know, bread tortilla chips, kind of like the same thing. I thought it'd have the same effect.
It's bad.
It is bad. At this stage, I was basically feeling a burn all through my mouth, and it started to feel the burn in my esophagus. You know, this little section here. You could feel it going down. It wasn't like any other type of spice. You could feel it traveling throughout your body. It was like fucking radioactive. I just muted myself here to save the sound from like blowing my nose and eating tortilla chips. The moment I bit into the tortilla chip, I realized it was a really bad idea because I still had a lot of the flavor because I really chewed down on this pepper like completely. So I still had bits and pieces all throughout my mouth, and it felt like the little pieces of the chip were just wedging some of these very spicy things in my mouth, like in between teeth and stuff. I started having some really bad pain. At this stage, I realized that it was a really bad idea to eat those chips. Really bad idea. Everything I did at this point made it worse. Everything. It was better if I just did nothing at all. But I was desperate.
There's no fucking way I'm having another one.
No way is right. So I normally handle my heat very well. Sometimes I sweat a little bit. I think I've teared up like one other time from spicy food. So there were a lot of tears here. This is a very difficult process, but you know, I was starting to feel it. You know, just chugging down the almond milk again, not really doing anything. I guess it kind of had like a neutral effect. It was better when I just put it in my mouth. Just like the cold aspect made it a little bit better, but once you swallow it, it's so much worse right after that. So decided to just keep playing Hearthstone. I was feeling really bad at this stage. I was feeling a little bit dizzy. I was shaking a little bit, not really enough that you'd notice, but you know, I felt that something was really wrong at this stage. So I decided to continue my arena run. I was at like 10 wins with a pretty good mage deck. People be spamming there. At this stage, I'm just sweating it out. It is getting a little bit worse and worse. I think it was around now or maybe a few minutes afterwards where the sensation was stabilizing. But stabilizing is not like a neutral level. The stabilization level was at a critical level. This is like it didn't get worse. It got periodically worse over the first few minutes, and then it stopped getting worse around now. I ended up going to the bathroom just to rinse my mouth for the little flakes of the tortilla chips. I could really feel that wherever there was a flake or a tortilla chip, that's where it really burned the absolute most. So I just went to rinse my mouth out and hoping that would be a little bit better. And I think that was the first, maybe the only thing that I did that actually helped the situation. After I did that, I felt slightly bit better.
No, I just wanted to rinse my mouth if there's like seeds and shit in my teeth.
Yeah. Now, right before I ended up eating this pepper, I actually ate to capacity. I ate basically a whole pizza like 30 minutes before the stream, and this is a really bad idea because I was like really full, and I've been drinking this almond milk like crazy. I was probably down about half carton here, just basically out of desperation. Here I'm kind of playing Hearthstone, but not really. Just sealing the bag just in case anyone else happens to stumble upon any remnants of this horrible thing. But, you know, I'm not really playing the game. I'm on, like, cruise control. It's very difficult to pay attention. You know, I'm sweating. I'm still tearing up. I'm burning everywhere. I'm shaking. I have this burning feeling. I could tell precisely where the pepper was.
I don't think we have any bread. Do we have bread? We might.
I asked my girl Rania again to check if we had bread. I know that bread and milk are the two things that help, and obviously milk was not an option. And the tortilla chips substituting for bread really was a horrible idea. We ended up actually finding some bread, but as much as I ate and even combining it with the almond milk, it really wasn't doing anything. Typically, bread is very helpful when you eat something that's way too spicy. At this stage, we're still at basically the peak. It's still really, really, really fucking hot right now. I noticed that combining the bread with the almond milk kind of helped it a little bit, but not really. Everything that I was doing was basically temporary. It was just making it better for like 1 second and then worse again for like 2 or 3 seconds later, and then the cycle would continue. Just, you know, the ups and the downs, but the equalizing point was about as bad as it ever was.
Oh, I have the wrong one.
You can see just how difficult, you know, I'm having to try to gather all my focus. I ended up pinging the wrong minion. I pinged a 1-1 instead of a 2-1 pit snake, and I really had to ping the pit snake because I needed to play a 5-drop next turn. So I'm completely out of focus. I was trying my hardest to actually play the game and couldn't, just so you could see just how psychologically crippled I was in this moment.
Burning, really bad.
Burning really bad. Man, I'm just looking back at this. This is not an experience I really ever want to relive once again.
Come close and listen.
Well, as it happens, I proceed to get completely destroyed this game, as you'll see here in a moment. But I do want to mention that, you know, throughout the whole process, I felt the pepper all through the evening. I ended up going to sleep about 6 hours later from when I first ingested the pepper, and at that stage it was kind of stabilized. It was in my stomach for a while. I ended up eating some apple slices. They seemed to help a little bit, but not really.
I think I lost this game when I pinged the wrong minion.
It took about 2 hours for me to reach a stage where it was just like regular level of spiciness and not like nuclear level. And at that stage, you know, I was starting to play okay in Hearthstone. I was starting to be able to focus a little bit. I felt really bloated just because my stomach was just full to capacity. But yeah, I felt pretty good when I went to sleep. Again, about 6 in the morning, about 6 hours after I first ate the pepper. But when I was leaning down, I was like feeling the spiciness once again, like just not staying up vertical. Kind of move things around in my stomach, and I could feel it. You know, you could feel wherever this thing was in your system throughout its entire time. It's just horrible. It was that spicy. So I don't recommend you guys ever try this, of course. I don't recommend this to anyone. The only interesting thing about this pepper's existence is, well, you get to see people who are stupid enough to actually take one. You get to see their reaction on YouTube, and I can't say I'm proud to contribute to this pool of stupid activities, but here we are. I promised you guys the video, and I have delivered.
No chance.
Usually when you eat very spicy things, it's not like... From what people say, half the journey is eating it and digesting it, but the last half is getting rid of it in the bathroom afterwards. And a lot of people had some concerns for this. For me, it actually wasn't too big of a deal. I guess maybe because I had a lot of food in my system, maybe this part was, you know, a lot easier than it usually is. Yeah, I have had worse on the coming out stage of eating spicy things. So on that end, I was fine. That was no big deal. But overall, the whole experience, I have eaten really spicy things. Like, you know, I've just eaten raw habaneros. I love habanero sauce. I used to drink Tabasco sauce in high school to wake me up a little bit, and I could just sip that up all, like, I could drink that as if it was water. You know, it's nothing. So I thought, you know, I was curious. You know, I thought this would just be a hotter pepper. You know, I really like hot stuff. It's just a hotter pepper. It'd be the same type of sensation, but it wasn't. It was like... you know, everything else that I had that was spicy before this, I was like, wow, that's spicy. Wow, that's really spicy. Oh, holy crap, that's really spicy. But when this was in my system, it wasn't like, holy crap, that's spicy. It was like, something is wrong. Okay? So probably in some cases of people trying to have some of these peppers, something does go wrong. So absolutely do not do this. It's probably one of the stupidest things you could possibly do. And yeah, don't do it. Seriously. But in the end, hope you guys have enjoyed my fun suffering and all the rest. That's it for now. I hope you guys enjoy the clips. And again, we're going to have a video a little bit later today. So I hope you guys check that out and enjoy. And I'll see you guys later.